It's a beach episode. I didn't think it was going to happen this early, but we already have our obligatory beach episode of Darling in the Franxx, and it plays out exactly the way you would expect. Just like every other beach episode in every other anime series. There's the guys, they're ogling the girls, there's lots of fan service, lots of playing in the water, some volleyball. The only thing that was missing was a giant watermelon that was going to be smashed with a baseball bat. But there's still plenty here. The best thing about this episode, of course, is just like many other beach episodes, it's a chance to breathe, to catch our breath before something really crazy happens. Last week's episode was nuts, the biggest action episode that we've had from Darling in the Franxx. It's time for a little more character development, and a lot of that is definitely going to come from Ichigo and 02 and Hiro. This love triangle is going to continue. I honestly thought this was going to be the episode that allowed Ichigo to get over her feelings for Hiro so that she could finally just move forward. But no, it's still going to be a big important part of this series right here, and we all know how it's eventually going to play out. That being said, I do sympathize for Ichigo a lot. For me, she's best girl of the series. She's waifu material as far as I'm concerned. As creepy as that might sound, I don't care. She's a fictional anime character. The point is, I find her a lot more appealing than 02, who is just very aloof, strange, and just comes across as the stereotypical, super magical main girl of the anime series who's vague just for the sake of being vague. That being said, her interactions with Hiro are still really fun to watch, especially the way that they sort of playfully flirt with each other in the water, much to the ire of the other male characters in the series, who are still completely oblivious to, like, the most common things that males and females do, like kissing each other, which is strange because they pilot giant robots, but they don't know much about the concept of a kiss. It's really freaking strange. They're all intrigued by the ideas, of course, and you can already sort of see the characters starting to subtly, start to connect with each other just a little bit more in this episode. But the most important thing from this one, aside from all of the titillating fan service, of course, is that we get to see that not only do they get to go to an actual beach, but they actually venture out a little further and they get to see these abandoned buildings and ruins of this other society that was there before they went into these massive plantations. And it's an eye-opening moment for a lot of them, as they had no realization that the people actually lived up here, and a lot of the buildings and architecture looks strikingly similar to the places that they lived. So they do know that something was here, they just don't know how it went down. What I think is the most interesting development from this scene is that the one girl, Kokoro, goes into this one house and she finds this book, which is all about childbirth, about how males and females have sex, make babies, the whole nine. Now, I cannot wait to see what's going to happen when she starts to read this information and spread it to all of her friends, or if she's going to try and keep it secret herself, as they are literally opening up Pandora's box for these super sheltered kids. It's going to be really fun to see it eventually play out. But like I said, the rest of the episode is pretty much just a typical beach episode. Big grill, big barbecue, let's sleep, that's the end. There is a final scene with Ichigo and Hiro walking on the beach. And it's a scene that just serves as Ichigo trying to confess her feelings to Hiro, but it comes across as clumsy yet again. They're playfully flirting with each other. You have the meteorites in the sky. It's a beautiful moment. And you even got 02, who's hanging out on these rocks in this beautiful freaking scene. Like, all the scenery here still, if anything, looks really good. But I have to say that of the episodes of Darling in the Franxx, this is probably, I think, one of the weaker ones. But only because it is just that, another beach episode. So what's the rundown on this episode of Darling in the Franxx? I liked this episode. I mean, it was as stereotypical beach episode as you could get, and I don't know why it's just such a common thing to see beach episodes in these series all the time. They're always the same exact thing. There's always maybe like a small amount of information that's given to the viewers, the scene where they go out into the abandoned ruins, or the fact that we learn a little bit more about the higher-ups in this series, and the fact that they're like these weird Illuminati guys. Like, I want to know what's more up with these guys and why they're so concerned about 02 and Hiro finally being together and everything. It's just so freaking strange. And like I said, most of the episode was very by the numbers, and I'm slightly frustrated with the whole Ichigo 02 Hiro love triangle thing that they've been doing, because I honestly thought Ichigo was getting over this stuff, and I have a feeling this is all going to turn into some really bitter stuff as the series is going on, as there is a scene where even Goro is acknowledging Ichigo and actually getting kind of attracted to her in a scene, and when he sees everything that's going on, like, I just have a feeling there's going to end up being a lot of bad blood with these people. It could end up turning into some really annoying drama. But who knows? We still need to learn so much more about these series, like why people are living in these plantations, why Klaxosaurs even exist, why are we even here? This could have been an episode that could have answered a lot of that, but it still just continues the mystery. But I do like that they're kind of spoon-feeding us some things about the world and letting us see, like, this is what it is now, how did it get that way? We'll get to that soon. Don't worry. But before we do, here's lots of fan service. That's how this episode operated right here. I really just don't have that much more to say about this one. It's a beach episode, but as far as beach episodes go, it was still really good, and it had some fantastic imagery, which was downright cute, especially at the end. So yeah, there it is. Darling in the Franxx. I'm ready to get back to the actual story, though. Hopefully the next episode will certainly pick up. I can't wait to see where this one is going to be heading. There's still a lot of potential for this series to break the mold of the mecha genre. So I'm giving this episode right here a 4 out of 5. As far as beach episodes go, this is one of the better ones that I've actually seen. Highly inoffensive and very watchable. Even had some funny moments. And I did appreciate the scenes of getting to learn a little bit more about the abandoned world above the plantations themselves. So can't wait to see more. I'd love to hear your thoughts about the episode. Make sure to tell me in the comment section below, and what you hope to see from the rest of Darling in the Franxx. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, stay down, baby.